same. People would come out to see Megan. We love Megan. People will come out to see, I don't know who else is local to Atlanta. They could have brought somebody from Love and Hip Hop. They could have brought literally anybody. I don't really care what it is you do in your personal life. Like, I don't know what Suki Hana necessarily would vote for, but I know what her music says. And even if she brought Suki Hana out, people would have came to see her. So you don't have to like go up there. Like, if we're talking about black women representation and you're in a room with a black woman who's vying to be president of the United States, why would you be the other black woman in the room doing everything that we say we don't want to be represented as? We don't want to be sexualized. We don't want to be the girls that are expected to twerk. We don't want men to feel like they can just come up and violate us. Yet you would promote that on a world stage with somebody who's trying to be a world leader. Like, this is who we are, and I feel like you connect best to this audience.
Well, I don't think the people that listen to Meg or Meg supporters want to be over-sexualized. I don't think they want to be assaulted.
Why would you put that on a world stage? That wouldn't, again,
because women like women exactly, and women like that exist. There are women, they're educated women,
and like, they don't act like that at work.
That's her job, though. That's Megan Thee Stallion's job.
Megan Thee Stallion has shown up to plenty of places, like when she went to court and did not do all that.
Of course, because court is not the entertainment arena. But I'm saying,
politics is supposed to be an entertainment arena. You got a passport. You seem like a well-traveled man. You don't want to go to these other countries and wonder why they have these stereotypes of us. Because when they turn on the TV, that's all they see. Black people need to understand that. Other people who come here are not racist because they think black men are thugs and black girls like to get ratchet and have sex all the time. That's all they see. That's all of our music. So when they hear our music, that's what they see. I just came back from Paris, and they all know bow, 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 and Sexy Red. That's the only thing they can ask me. Oh, you're American? You like Sexy Red? And it's like, okay, like, yeah, I do.
Because that's the simplest form of art that can translate to these other cultures.
And unfortunately, the simplest form of art that translates to other cultures, rich, poor, whatever, all we are represented as are thugs and hoes. And that's not okay. And as somebody vying to be president, you wouldn't want that representation on the world stage. It just doesn't go together. As a black woman trying to get people to take her serious as the next president of the United States, why would you choose it? And again, if she could have been a singer and just covered some songs that were more appropriate. But Megan literally didn't have one appropriate song to perform there, and nothing about the performance said this should rock the vote. You are voting for these things.
Let me say this. I think what you're saying may or may not be true, but guess what? Those people were already thinking about that. They already looked at black people that way. They already did.
So why? Okay, so they already looked at us like that.
There was
so
like
we should be okay with continuing to normalize.
We've had enough well-spoken Negroes walk into these places and show you that there's another. We had a black president a few years ago. We've had a black man represent the highest form of office. So if that's not going to teach them that black people are worthy of respect, that we're more than thugs and hoes.
One black man. Again, I'm telling you.
We've had one. That's one black man.
Not everybody who you're mentioning in these other countries, while they do watch the news a lot, not all of them are doing that. So we're looking at how we're represented overall. Art is the easiest translated form of communication. In which case, if all of our art forms going to these other countries are us killing each other and us being hoes, then we cannot blame them for thinking that way. That's not, Obama couldn't say that. He was one man. So to them, Obama was the anomaly. Us over here, we know there's more Obamas than there are Sexy Reds. But it's on us then to make sure the rest of the world knows that we have more Obamas than we do Sexy Reds.
We've already shown them that.
So you cannot be Kamala Harris and get on stage with a Sexy Red counterpart and be like, hey, still take us serious as these super...
But Donald Trump can align himself with Lil Pump and Kodak?
Donald Trump is Donald Trump. What are we gonna...
What?
Donald Trump is Donald Trump. A rich white man and a black woman have different life experiences and different plights. Just women, period, have a different experience when climbing the corporate ladder. Women, period, have to move differently when climbing the corporate ladder. Women, look at this. Kamala Harris suits are never too tight because she doesn't want to be sexualized. Kamala Harris's heels are never too high because she doesn't want to be sexualized. Kamala Harris doesn't do her hair too long because she doesn't want to be sexualized. So why in the world would you go and make sure that your appearance is what something black women can be proud of. But then you would align yourself with the very thing. A lot of black women over the age of 25, most black women over the age of 25 do not want to be looked at as a Megan Thee Stallion.
But guess what?
Or
There are women Megan's age, younger and older, that exist in the same realm that Megan Thee Stallion exists. And for them,
what's
that
realm?
was
Megan Thee Stallion is a college-educated woman.
Exactly, who likes to get lit and have fun. So when those people
All of us like to get lit and have fun. I like to get lit and have fun, but you didn't see me get lit and have fun on the stage.
Yeah, because that wasn't your role in that current moment.
Who said it wasn't? So you mean to tell me if they told me to twerk, you think I would go do it? Because I think that would translate as a great message to the audience?
This is our first time. This is our first time having a
Megan doesn't have to
conversation.
twerk as a part of her job.
In that moment,
She
it was
literally does not have to.
In
as
that
a part of her
moment, she
job.
was booked as a performer. So she
And
gave
part of
a
your
performance.
And you can do it. And when she performs at high schools, she does not twerk. So where was that 1, 2, 8 count?
I've never seen Megan perform at a high school. I don't think that's
Coming up,
appropriate.
she was not always doing that. And yeah, she's performed at, I guess, events catered.
But
to.
I've seen artists that will go to a high school and keep that same stage presence. What I'm saying though
that's
is
on the high school, and watch how all the parents complain. Like, why did you allow this at my child's school?
I've seen it.
So if the parents will complain about having it at the school, then why, as a nation, will we not complain about having that?
And
on
you
the
have a
national
right,
stage?
but you have a right to complain. I never said I was a fan of it,
We
but I
complain
said
about love and hip hop, and we hate how love and hip hop is a horrible representation of us as black women, of us as black people.
It absolutely is. But I look at love and hip hop as empty calories. It don't mean it don't mean shit.
The rest of the world doesn't, though. The rest of the world thinks that that's how black people really are.
Well,
and
if you can look at the black politicians that we've had
this type of degeneracy.
Because people like that exist. We promote everything. That just catches easier. As a member,
like Obama exists, where's their reality show?
As a member of
people
the
like me exist, where's my reality show?
I'm gonna give you one.
Like, why?
But as a member of the media, I know what people stick to more. At this other spot I used to work at, that we dropped a piece about a community engagement and celebrity gossip the same day. Guess what got more interaction?
Of course the gossip's gonna get more. Negativity drives people. But does that mean that you should live a life in which you promote negativity? Is that your calling from God, to promote negativity? So just because that's what's popular, that doesn't mean that that's what you have to do. What makes you the most money isn't always the righteous thing to do. You could die tomorrow and you gonna tell God, look God, sorry, I couldn't promote the positivity because it wasn't getting me enough likes.
No. Absolutely wrong. Because I'm in the school systems as well.
Mm-hmm.
If all they see is the negativity, then they're not paying attention. And then that brings me back to another point that I made, that they already wanted to see me like that.
All we do is support negativity.
As a
well, let me not say y'all, but as many people who should support artists like J. Cole or Rhapsody or Tierra Whack, whatever, they don't. But we support the Megan Thee Stallions, the Young Thugs, the Sexy Reds, and their music is great. We're not going to deny their talent. But in regards to who we want to represent us on the national stage, whose streams do we hope get billions of worldly views? Mm-hmm. It should be these artists who promote positivity within the community and over artists who promote that we kill each other and abort all of our babies. Like, I don't see anything wrong with having a problem with that, and acting like I have to normalize it because it's already the status quo, to me, is also detrimental. Because at what point do you not want better? At what point do you not advocate for change?
Listen closely to the voices that echo through our airwaves, the radio hosts, the entertainers, the influencers. Their words often resonate with a disheartening familiarity, laden with a tone that reflects not just individual choices, but the collective state of our culture. We find ourselves at a crossroads, grappling with a crisis of identity, exacerbated by a relentless pursuit of fame and wealth, a trajectory that has led many of us astray from our core values. With each broadcast, we hear the glorification of lifestyles that prioritize monetary gain and social media notoriety over integrity and respect. In a society that lauds these superficial achievements, we, as a community, have made a grave error. We have forgotten to hold ourselves accountable. The pursuit of success has overshadowed the importance of morals, leaving us vulnerable to the false narratives perpetuated by entertainers who should know better. Instead of using their platforms to uplift, many have chosen to play the fool in a spectacle that caters to the lowest common denominator. What does this say about us? It speaks volumes about a culture that has, in many ways, surrendered its dignity to the lowest bidder. The pervasive influence of media has transformed our perception of success, equating it with an existence stripped of authenticity. We now witness individuals embracing caricatures of themselves, clowns in a tragicomic production that reinforces the stereotypes historically thrust upon us. When we laugh at their antics, we inadvertently validate a narrative that has long been used to dehumanize us. But it's not merely the entertainers who should be scrutinized. It's also the responsibility we bear in allowing these portrayals to take root in our communities. We have become complicit in this cycle, choosing enjoyment over enlightenment, spectacle over substance. Too often, we celebrate those who thrive in the spotlight of capricious fame, while ignoring the lasting impacts their actions have on our collective identity. We are, as a result, perpetuating a culture that diminishes our worth and reinforces negative stereotypes. As we nurture the next generation, we must be vigilant in protecting their impressionable minds from these harmful influences. We must be discerning about what we allow them to consume, guiding them towards representations that inspire pride rather than shame. It is our duty to foster an environment that encourages critical thinking and instills a sense of accountability not only to ourselves but to each other. If we do not take a stand now, the consequences will be dire. We risk losing the essence of who we are, transforming into the very caricatures that others delight in depicting. The first step towards change is recognizing the problem. We are at a pivotal juncture where we must refuse to settle for being the punchline of someone else's joke. We can reclaim our narrative, but it requires conscious effort and a commitment to authenticity. We can demand better from those we elevate to the status of role models, holding them accountable for the messages they disseminate and the impact they have on our youth. We must cultivate pride in our heritage, ensuring that our children grow up in a culture that respects their potential and values their contributions. Let us collectively reject the notion that our worth is easily measured by celebrity and endorsement deals. Instead, we can chart a new path, one rooted in the principles of accountability, integrity, and unity. We owe it to ourselves and to future generations to dismantle the harmful narratives that have taken hold. Only then can we build a culture that truly reflects our strength, resilience, and unwavering spirit. It starts with us.